The blacks don't understand it when I say that they are just as racist as most whites, Jews, and Orientals, whom they call racist. When they band together and hold up their fists and yell black power and plan and wait for the day when they can form their own black nation. So they don't know what I'm about. They're confused about who I am. I received a letter the other day from one of the leaders of the Aryan movement who claims that I have attacked the Aryan race. And he is wrong. For in my message that we are all one people and that the enemy is dividing us to conquer us, they all misinterpret my message. You see, if I don't come out for the white Aryan racist point of view, then I must be anti-Aryan, and that is not true. If I do not support the blacks' goals of bringing together a black nation, then I am anti-black, and that is not true. If I print the protocols of the wise men of Zion in my book, then I must be anti-Semitic, and that is not true. Most people, when they read my book, they read it selectively, and it must be read word for word from beginning to end with nothing omitted, for the book flows and everything leads into everything else. For those of you who may be Jewish, I specifically stated in my book that I believe that the protocols of the wise men of Zion are, if not in its entirety, at least partially, is made up of the plan that's being used to enslave us all. I state in my book that it was not written by Jews, and the document itself confirms that for people who can use their intellect and knows anything about Jews. I used it as an example in my book as how the plan to manipulate us all into the one world totalitarian state could be suppressed by those whom the plan intends to enslave or eliminate, simply by making the document appear to have been written by those people. In my book, I talk about the manipulation of blacks. I talk about the fallacy of a master race, which is what generally the Aryans believe. And on this radio show, I've attempted to impart to you that those of you of the Christian faith who believe in the identity movement are wrong. You see, either Christ's ministry obliterated and superseded all that came before, or it did not. You cannot selectively say that Christ superseded some things and did not supersede others. Either the New Testament replaced the Old, or it did not. If you are a Christian, of course, if you are a Jew, then it makes no difference whatsoever, for you have always stuck with the Old Testament. And I heard the other night, I believe it was Pastor Bob, stating that he had seen on television 3 Jewish rabbis, very famous Jewish rabbis, he stated, who claimed that they had never read the first 5 books of the Bible. And he was probably correct in what he said, but he certainly misinterpreted, because you see, the Jews do not read the Bible. The first 5 books of the Christian Bible is, in fact, the Torah. The Jews read the Torah in the original Hebrew, and they have no need nor desire, according to the tenets of their religion, to ever read the Bible or the first 5 books of the Bible. Every young man of the Jewish faith while he is a young man, must study the Torah, which is the first 5 books of the Christian Bible. While he studies the Torah, he is being prepared for what's called the Bar Mitzvah, or his coming into manhood. At his Bar Mitzvah, he recites from the Torah. So while Pastor Bob certainly was correct in that the Jews do not read the first 5 books of the Bible, and the first 5 books of the Bible are their Torah, he misinterpreted it to mean that they never read those books at all. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, they read a better book. They read the uncorrupted Torah that has not been perverted in translation over thousands of years, and they read it in the original Hebrew. Now, that's not to say that I'm putting any kind of stigmatism on the first 5 books of the Christian Bible, beginning with the book of Genesis. But you have to understand that in the process of translation into English by different authorities over the years, the meanings of some words have been changed. The meaning of the message that Pastor Bob was delivering, and I believe that he was doing this sincerely from his heart, according to his understanding, was that the Jews are not the true Israelites, that they don't even read the first 5 books of the Bible, that they go by something else. His message was flawed because it was not true, and it was not true because he does not understand anything about the Jewish people. Now, don't get me wrong, folks, I'm not Zionist. I am not for or against Israel. I believe Israel should stand on its own 2 feet. And if it survives, it survives. If it does not, it does not. Period. Israel does not support me or these broadcasts. I happen to know that at the heart and soul of what is changing the world and bringing about the New World Order is a strong element of Zionism, which has nothing to do with Judaism or the Jewish people, but is an Aryan thing. You see, the Aryan racists believe that they are a master race, that they are the true Israel. And you can see this all over in Christian communities, and it permeates the state of Utah. The Mormon Church is probably the most Zionist entity that exists upon the face of this earth. For those of you who have not studied history, it was not the Jews who brought about the formation and the reality of the state of Israel. It was powerful interests in the United States and in England who caused this to happen. But this is not preached from your pulpits of your local churches. This is not told to you if you are a follower of the Prophet Muhammad. All of us, as a whole people, are being manipulated. We're being manipulated by our religious beliefs, by the heads of our churches. We're being manipulated by the secret societies in bringing about the New Age. We are manipulated by the media, which is owned and controlled by these people. And just Monday night, I brought you an entire hour identifying by name who these people are. And yet you still allow yourselves to be divided so that they can put the chains around your ankles and lead you into slavery. And you must understand these basic things before you can understand where I'm coming from, ladies and gentlemen. And before you can understand where you're going if you don't change this attitude. For everyone asks me, what should I do? Everyone asks me, who can I believe?